out in the green, in the nice, gentle, enjoying ourselves. And wanted to share this with you. Call it the Zeta Reticuli era, or era. The problem that we're having with the Greys, some of us, is first of all, there are hundreds of races and species out there. There's a lot of misunderstandings of what abduction means in visitations and checkups, and there is, you've seen it in the old X-Files, the government disguising themselves as such and playing rockers on you and actually traumatizing you. We want to lead more to the divine way of who's coming to fix you and check up on you. First of all humans are hybrids. The entire human race is a hybrid race. So those are the first ones to come out to say that the hybrid is basically, you can say, a daring act to say, well, I understand that I'm hybrid. Genetically, Dr. Siam or Sam Chang or Chang has proven that 97% of our DNA is not of terrestrial origin. So we know that we have extraterrestrial DNA, which was not created on this planet. Also, they checked the sequencing of the Gattaca code of that 97% junk DNA. It doesn't have the human genome sequencing. It doesn't have a coding that's known to us. So they say it, according to the human genome, it's like, it's like there's no coding sequence that is known to us. And I said that years ago, that we will develop over time systems and the consciousness to know what you're looking for. Like if we had a machine that would look for, let's say, an Arcturian DNA, we could find it. See, I know that in my construct of this body, I have Arcturian, I have Syrian, Lyran, Pleiadian, Major Arcturian, and there's a part of Esasani, so a little fragment of Zeta, and we all have that. So the problem with the Zetas is you have to understand this, and this has to do with channeling. This will be in books later on. The proof will come over time. For those who are in resonance know what I'm talking about. The Zeta Reticuli era has to do with the human race and a different timeline that needs fixing now. Had created themselves a futuristic human being, meaning the Zetas is the futuristic version of you. Technology basically took a leap and accelerated further than spirituality. They didn't unify technology and they didn't make it spirit tech. So it was mentalized by the future human race, thousands of years from now, that it would be more efficient to outbreed the emotional aspects of the human body because they would corrupt decisions and destabilize thought forms and patterns and such, and acquiring knowledge and exploration of space. So what happened over time is what the scientists or the geneticists that we are and we were and we will be, it's all the same thing, have decided to outbreed genetically by crossbreeding many alien races. First of all, no, the human race has, in the base programming, 22 different species within you. Know your stem brain. It's part of a draconian reptilian origin. So you want to diss reptiles, well, you have an aspect of your ancestral lineage in you. And your stem brain is reptilian. That is actual physical scientific fact. Like the snake. Primal survival, okay? Survival instincts. No emotion. And when you subscribe to that, you're draconian, you're narcissistic, you're sociopathic, you're blatantly, you would subscribe to the fallen DNA program. They call it also the Nephilim sector, which all is fallen DNA, recessive DNA, not made for the sun, going to extinct. Science can show that certain breeds, the way they were designed, it doesn't matter what color you are. If you subscribe to a certain energy pattern, guess what? You'll go extinct. But let me go back to the Zeta era. Pardon for the sound. I'm outside. People are working, so we're in the life. So the how can I put it? The Zeta had outbred the emotional body Zeta Reticuli. That's where we migrated from Earth. This all came from here to other planetary systems. And not only that, have they outbred the emotional body, they had outbred also the gender, and then also the sexual organs that would enable us to procreate. With that, they have outbred the desire to procreate. So they were masters at cloning, until they realized that it began to malfunction. Lifespan were shortened, and they realized that this entire race is going extinct, and ultimately these are our ancestral creation, and then they realized we are going to die. We messed up in that timeline. So some of the ships that you see do not travel any distances. We gotta get out of this boxed thinking 3D and millions of light years. This is not the truth. They are time travelers, dimensional time hoppers or time travelers and exploration teams that are here to fix the error. Hence, from the beginning of the pre-human that was here, they have designed genetic programs and hybridization to make sure that this race this time survives. So the entire human race right now is hybridized. All of you are mutts. Racism is a joke. Nobody can point a finger at nobody because you all are mixed with everything you can imagine. You just subscribe to different things, live in different areas, have different skin tones, but you all have the 22-dimensional template of the major races here. They say there are actually 33 founder races, so I think some have 33 races in them. Also know any race that can contact with you, you also have been braided with. So I have zero contact with reptilian beings. I believe I've been psychically attacked by what I couldn't determine, but it was none of my braiding. Some who have seen reptilians probably have reptilian braiding in them, because that's a dimensional template to see those beings, or visualize in your third eye, or in dream state. Any being that's not braided or within your conscious or conscious construct cannot contact you, cannot influence or interfere with you. So some of the agendas are from Earth. They're not from the higher dimensions and the higher beings. And I'm not talking about religions right now, we're beyond that. But right now we before all the books that you've pre-flood, scriptures that were written or text installed before the flood. So the Zetas are here because they're desperate, they want to survive, and they know they have to fix us. So many of you that are experiencers or contactees or abductees, you say it's against your will. Not quite. It's part. Imagine your brothers and sisters are trying to give you your medical cosmic checkup, and you're against it because you forgot that they are. So mission is for us to find out who are my family members and get the memory back. So which leads me to the topic of the thing is the problems we have with our emotional body is that we have yet to integrate the Zeta Reticuli, because they kind of segregated and separated from the emotional being. So when you, with your mental body, as in with the mental layer, try to compute the emotional body, you're in conflict. That is the Zeta Reticuli conflict, put it this way. When you integrate that Zeta part within you, then you begin to feel. And feeling means do not take apart or overanalyze why you're feeling that way. There's only two feelings your emotional body knows. Feeling good, feeling bad. Thoughts are the trigger things that actually confuse that, how your body is structured. How do I process something that gives me a bad feeling? So a trauma is your thought processes actually compare something that happened in the past with a mentalized construct, as in cortisol, putting a negative memory bank into your muscle, and then you know this was bad. So we're learning now to reintegrate the Zeta. They're harmless. They're not here to kill anybody or manipulate or put weird stuff in you. Everything is for your own good and your purpose and certain implants you need. Otherwise, you couldn't even take the energy that's taking place right now. So overall, the human race has been hybridized because you couldn't take the sunlight. You would actually burst into flames. So make peace with that era. Make peaceful contact, know that you agreed with this. These are your children. You have created them. They coming back to fix themselves because we messed up over time, and we have to understand that because we know it, and we know better. And once you got that, then you understand the integration of the mental and emotional layer works much better, and that has to do with the Zeta Reticuli era. Now you know roughly what this is about in a very short, compact, and condensed report. And I'll do a live show on Periscope with Q&As about the Zeta to break that down even further if you want detailed information. Thank you, and I'll catch you on the flip side.